News Now Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
Now, Jason, it seems like we're seeing a lot of these fires in that Bangor area in the past couple of days. I mean, fortunately, conditions are a bit better than last week.
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of strong wind a few days ago. Thankfully, that has been reduced, but we still have the hot air. We have the dry air, the dry fuels, obviously, and no rain clouds. So as you can see, taking a live look outside in Chico, it is a beautiful day, and it's also a pretty hot one, but we're not going to have any good chances for any wet weather anytime soon. Right now, 90 degrees, the wind. Thankfully, not very strong, only 8 miles an hour to the south. Humidity is pretty low at 15%, but with that dry air, it actually feels a little bit cooler. It only feels like it's 86%. So the good news is, as we head into the new month of July, hard to believe June is just about over. We have about 6.5 hours or so left of it. It's going to be another hot start to the new summer month. Upper 80s to upper 90s for highs. A little bit warmer tomorrow than it was today. Thankfully, the wind again won't be very strong, mainly less than 15 miles an hour, but the humidity will also be low. So we're going to keep the fire danger in the moderate category. In some locations, it'll be a little bit higher because we're still going to have a lot more heat in the lower elevations. Lots of upper 80s and lower 90s for the valley right now, and then comfortable 70s and lower 80s for the higher terrain. Quincy's 82 degrees. It's also 82 degrees in Boerne, 85 in Weaverville, but mainly upper 80s and lower 90s for the valley. The wind, thankfully, not very strong. It's a little bit stronger on the coast in Eureka at 22 miles an hour, Alturas 20 miles an hour, but everybody else at or below 15 miles an hour, and hardly a cloud to be seen around all of Northern California, Southern Oregon too. We have a trough of low pressure, but it's hard to make out because we have very little cloud cover with it, but it's dug out right over the Pacific Northwest. The Northern Rockies, they have plenty of clouds, lots of rain from North and South Dakota, westward into Montana, Idaho, and also southward into Wyoming and Utah. But for us, although the trough is going to be here, we'll have several little disturbances moving through it the next several days. No good chances for any wet weather in the short term or the long term. I was looking at the long-term forecast. Unless something drastically changes, no good chances for rain for not only our part of California, but probably the entire state of California through the first 2 weeks of July. So expect some more dry and hot weather the next several days and several weeks until we have a chance for some more wet weather. So here's your forecast for today and tonight. We're going to have most of those temperatures in the 40s tomorrow morning, some more 50s for the northern mountains, and then return to the lower 80s by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon. 82 degrees for high in Wairika, 85 degrees for high in Weaverville. For the Sierra, we're going to have temperatures mainly in the 80s tomorrow afternoon, up to 80 degrees for Chester, 85 degrees for Boerne, 88 degrees for high in Paradise, and 87 degrees for Magalia with a mild morning and storm. Same thing for the valley. We'll have lows in the mid-60s from Redding southward to Corning. Highs will be a little bit hotter though, between 95 and 97 degrees in the first afternoon of July. And for Chico and the surrounding area, lows tonight under a clear sky will be nice and mild, comfortable for sleeping, mainly in the 60s. It's going to take a while to fall that far though. And for highs tomorrow, hotter than today, averaging in the mid-90s. For Chico, 93 degrees for a high tomorrow, dropping down to 90 with a few more clouds on Friday. Independence Day, the 4th of July, looking great on Saturday with a mostly sunny sky, and we'll have even more heat on Sunday for Redding. More heat than that too. We'll have some breezes Sunday through Tuesday, but hot and mostly sunny on the 4th of July with a high of 97.
Thanks, Jason.